of Hillary Clinton saying that, hey, if you came here illegally, you got to pay a fine.
I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gone, I've been far away. I'm illuminated now, make a move, start a waves. I've been breathing around fire for a long time. I had a vision from the birds, they want a coastline. Artificially.
How is everybody doing? Positive and productive, I hope. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me. Hey, do me a favor and share the content with friends, family, anybody that you think the content is relevant to. Remember, local elections are more important than national elections, but dollars are stronger than votes. They won't stop until we stop them. Liberation comes at a cost. Who's willing to pay for it? So look, really quickly, ladies and gentlemen, just jumping into this, I want you guys to see this, and I'm only doing this because I really don't like legacy media and mainstream media, and it paints a narrative that gives people a false impression or makes people paint a narrative of things that are not really happening. Like, so for instance, let's take a look at this right here. It says, man detained at green card appointment after over 25 years in U.S. So from that headline, right, listen to what they're trying to tell you. They're saying that a man was detained at his green card hearing, at his green card appointment, after being in the United States for over 25 years. Now, how does that make you feel? Well, some people are going to say, oh, that's messed up. He's been here for 25 years. Why did they detain him? Why did they? Now, we're going to have a lot of questions, but at the end of the day, did he come into this country illegally? Did he use an actual valid point of entry? Ladies and gentlemen, just the other day, I was showing a friend of mine's mother, an older woman. I was showing her, because she said, well, why are you a Republican? I said, well, technically, I'm not a Republican. I'm MAGA, but I am conservative. But I'm technically not a Republican. I am MAGA. She says, okay, well, they're one and the same. I said, they're technically not, but neither here nor there. It's somewhere. More than likely, it's on X. It's probably on Rumble. Hopefully, you're subscribed. She said, well, explain. What's the difference? She said, well, why are you that way? She said, I don't even want to know the difference. She said, why are you that way? Why are you no longer a Democrat, or were you a Democrat, and what made you switch? I said, well, my whole voting record, relatively, I was a Democrat. I always registered as a Democrat. I primarily voted for Democrats my whole voting career, from the time I was 18 up until well into my 30s. From the time I was 18 to about the time I was about 35, 37. I've always and only voted for Democrats. Might have been an independent in there, but I doubt I ever voted for a Republican. She said, so now what made you switch? I said, well, I didn't switch. The same ideology that I had listening to my grandfather at 16, 17, 18 years old, the same ideology that the Democratic Party had then, I still have that same ideology. She said, well, what ideology is that? So then I brought up the videos, the four instances of Hillary Clinton saying that, hey, if you came here illegally, you got to pay a fine. There's going to be stiff punishments. You're going to have to learn English. You're going to have to stand in line. I showed another video of Bill Clinton saying that, immigrants coming over here hurt American workers, primarily Black American workers. They're hurting unions. They're doing different things. We cannot afford illegal immigration to come over here. And so I showed her all these different videos of what Democrats, I said, so now me remembering what my grandfather told me, having these conversations as a young American, I remember this is what the Democrats were saying, and we're going to bring jobs back, and we're going to make sure China's doing their fair share. Like, I remember Barack Obama saying, hey, we use tariffs against China for the cheap rubber that they was bringing, and we put like over 33% tariffs on China. And I know that's not where we're at now with the 100 and something percent, but still we were utilizing these things to get China to play ball. And I said, that's what I remember Democrats doing. I said, I don't remember Democrats saying, hey, I want to read nasty books to your children. I don't remember Democrats saying, hey, if you're a man and you want to dress up like a woman, go ahead and go get in close proximity with children and everybody has to accept it. I don't remember the Democratic Party saying that. I don't remember the Democratic Party advocating for that. I don't remember the Democratic Party saying that coming into the country illegally is not a crime. You guys remember that? We have an elected Democratic official who said coming into the country illegally is not a crime. What makes it illegal then, stupid? Like, how do people say words and then don't even understand the fucking words that they're using? Doing something illegal is not a crime. Bitch, what?
I'm from outer space, I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gone, I've been far away, I'm illuminated, I'll make a move, start the waves, I've been dreaming